Hi there guys, I hope you're all well. Welcome to another little video. Again, keeping with the theme of mindfulness and calming strategies. Today we are going to be talking about a technique called the STOPP Technique, and you will have noticed from the title that I've spelt it with two P's. That's not because I can't spell, it's because this is an acronym, so each of the letters stand for a different step in the technique, which I will talk you through. So this is a great technique for people of all ages. You can practice it anywhere, be that at home, at school, out and about, and that's the great thing about this technique, is that it's nice and easy, and you don't need anything fancy in able to practice it. And it really ties into that mindfulness that we've been talking about, because it is going to stop our thoughts in their tracks and really help us to focus or refocus on the here and now, on the present moment, rather than, you know, overthinking about the past or worrying about the future. It's going to bring us back to the present moment. So without further ado, let's go through the different letters. So we start with the letter S, and S stands for stop. So whatever it is you're doing, stop and just take a break. So if you're sort of fretting about all the housework you have to do, or worried about all the schoolwork that you've got to get done, and it's really sort of becoming overwhelming, just stop. And you can say this out loud to yourself or say it in your head, stop. T is for take a breath. So now that we've stopped what we're doing, we're now going to focus on taking a deep breath in, holding that for a few seconds before then exhale, let it all out. So that again is going to help refocus our minds. We can focus on our breathing rather than whatever it is we're fretting about, whatever it is that's making us feel overwhelmed. Instead, let's focus on our breathing and get that under control. So T, take a breath. O stands for observe. So we're going to take this time, now that we've stopped, now that we've focused on our breathing, we're going to observe what it is that we are feeling. So what is it that is caused us to feel so overwhelmed? Try and name some of those feelings, because I think if we can give them a name, then they can feel less scary if we know what they are. And as well, not just observing what's going on mentally, but observe how you might be feeling in your body. So what sensations are happening? You know, was your heart starting to race? Were you getting all hot and bothered? Were you getting clammy hands? Things like that. Really take the time to observe what's going on in your body, what's going on in your mind, and make note of it. The first P is for pull back, or put things into perspective. A lot of P's in that sentence. So what this means is we're going to try and look at the bigger picture. So pretending that we're in a helicopter and we're looking down at what's going on to get the full picture of what it is we're stressing about. Remember that our thoughts, they do not equal facts. So just because we think it doesn't mean that it's true. So really try and challenge some of these negative thoughts that have, you know, caused you to feel stressed or anxious or overwhelmed. You know, test the reality of those thoughts. You know, is it a fact, or is this just, you know, a feeling? Yeah. So try and gain a bigger perspective and challenge some of those thoughts. The second P and the last letter stand for proceed, or practice what works. So this is when it is really great to incorporate some of those coping skills that we discussed the other week, and, you know, practice them, practice what it is that's going to make you feel better. So yeah, be that, you know, phoning a friend, going to have a cup of tea, doing some yoga, doing some mindfulness, whatever it is that's going to make you feel back to your usual self. There we go, so that's stop. So let's recapture what it is we've spoken about. So we stop, we take a breath, so focus on your breathing, we then observe what it is we're feeling, where it is in our body, what our minds are thinking. P, then we're going to pull back and gain a wider perspective of what's going on, really sort of challenge those thoughts, you know, am I being irrational? Is this a rational thought? And then finally we're going to proceed and practice what works for us. So, you know, really incorporating that self-care and those coping skills to help us feel back to our usual selves. So nice, quick and easy technique. And the whole point of this, like the name suggests, is that we are stopping those negative thoughts so that, you know, they don't cause a sort of downward spiral. We don't start overthinking or, you know, start to let that panic escalate. We're stopping it in its tracks and we're shifting our focus and our attention to something else, or bringing it back to the here and now. So yeah, hopefully you guys have found that useful, you've learned something. You know, please like and share if you have, and I will see you guys next time. Take care, stay safe.